Hello, Carlo. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. You?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Can we start as usual with the injury situation, please?
The injury situation, we have back CDB for this game and out Walcott and Delph. The other players, also Richarlison, didn't train today, but I think it will be able to train tomorrow. So he's not going to have problem to play on Monday.
That's a big help, I guess, because you were maybe a little bit worried about the knock that he picked up on the ankle, but you're hopefully he's going to be fine for the game.
Yeah, I think he will be fine. He has to train tomorrow and Sunday, but I think that he is recovering well from the knock and he's not going to have problem.
It's been 2 wins and a draw since he came back from the lockdown. What have been the most pleasing aspects of the way that Everton have gone about their business since coming back?
I think that in this moment, what I like is the spirit of the team. The squad is really motivated. I think that the fact that we have a possibility to fight for the place in the Europa League is important for them, give them a lot of motivation. And so what I like most is the spirit that we showed in these 3 games.
And you seem to have brought in quite a few young players into the squad in recent weeks. How positive an effect do you think that's had on everybody?
Yeah, Anthony is doing well. He's improving. I give him the chance to play because he deserves to play, not because he's a young player, not because he comes from the academy. I think that he's doing well. We have other young, but maybe in this period where all the game is really important for us, is a little bit early to give the others young the possibility to play.
And obviously, Spurs this time around, Jose Mourinho, of course. How much respect do you have for him as a manager?
I respect him as a manager. I respect him as a man. He's a good friend of mine. I hope for him the best. It will be nice to meet him again. And I wish to him all the best for the future.
He wasn't too happy last night with one of the decisions that went against Spurs when Harry Kane had a goal disallowed. There was a handball in the build-up to that. What did you make of that decision? Because a lot of people are saying that maybe that goal should have been allowed and we should have more common sense in some of the referees' decisions here.
First of all, it was really, really complicated and difficult decision. First of all, I think that the decision that they have made comes from the rules that there are in place in this moment. And so maybe at the end of the season, we can think to if it is possible to change this kind of rule. But in this moment, it's like this, and we have to respect the rules.
Okay, thank you, Carlo.
If we go to Ian from Premier League Productions, please.
Hello, Carlo. Just going back to Jose Mourinho there, what's your sort of best memories of facing him in football?
Well, honestly, I don't remember. I met him in Milan when he was at Inter. I met him against, and I had a bad memory when I was in Chelsea because we went out against Inter in the Champions League. So, but apart from this, I always had admiration for him. He's a great manager. He's able to read very well the game, and so it will be good to see him.
And how long have you two been friends then?
From when he was in Italy to be manager of Inter, from that time.
From sharing the same city?
Exactly.
Fair enough. In terms of Tottenham's form then, since the Premier League's resumed, it's been a bit up and down, should we say? Obviously, a disappointing result against Sheffield United for them. How do you assess the Tottenham team that you're going to face?
It's still a really dangerous team with fantastic players, and you have to take in consideration that also Sheffield United is a fantastic team. You can lose there because they are playing really well, and they played really well against Tottenham. It will be, as I said, exciting game, important game for both teams, and we need to do the best. We need to do the best. We want to have a chance to have points. We need to do our best.
What would European football do for Everton moving forward and for the plans that you have with the club? Is it crucial? Is it a necessity for the team?
What?
European football.
It's really important to play in Europe. It will be important. It will be a step for the players, a step for the clubs, and so. But I said it will be difficult. We have to fight, but nothing changed the plan for the future, our present in Europe next season.
It's not a necessity then for you moving forward, you feel?
No. It will be more complicated to prepare the season because European competition take a lot of energy, but doesn't change the plan for the future.
And just to ask you about one of your players as well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, there's been some sort of things said that he's not scored since returning back to the Premier League, which is the standards that he set for himself, I suppose, before the league stopped. But how happy have you been with his form since coming back?
It is true that he didn't score, but I think that the most important part is the work that he's doing, also defensively. And I think that the fact that we did well defensively comes to the work that all the players were able to do. The striker first, because Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin did a fantastic job defensively. I never had striker, honestly, with this kind of energy defensively. And so I appreciate a lot this. Doesn't matter if he didn't score because he will score again without problem.
The fact that people are even noticing that he's gone sort of 3 or 4 games without scoring, does that show you the progress that Calvert-Lewin is making at the moment? Because maybe last season it probably wouldn't have even been mentioned if he went that number of games without a goal.
I never asked to my strikers in the past to score goals. I never asked to work well, to work for the team, to be humble. And so Dominic is doing all these kind of things, and I am really happy with this.
Thank you, Carlo.
If we go to Alistair from the BBC, please.
Hi, Carlo. How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good. Don't worry. No questions about Luke Garbett today.
Don't ask me difficult questions.
Okay, I'll try not to. I just wanted to ask about Jose Mourinho. Obviously, like you, he's an experienced manager. He's won pretty much everything in the game as well. But there has been some criticism of his methods recently. I just wondered, do you think that's fair that he gets criticised for maybe not updating and not being a fresh manager?
All the manager knows that we are judged only from the result, and so to accept the criticism is absolutely normal. To criticize a manager like Mourinho, it's more complicated and it is more difficult, but I think that he has the experience to accept the criticism.
Do you, and just as a manager, obviously you've won everything, you're an experienced manager, but can you explain a little bit about how you stay fresh as a manager, how you become, so you're fresh to the players and you still have modern methods? How do you remain fresh?
The fact that you love this work because it's a passion, the fact that you are looking to find something new in the methodology of training, in the style of play, because football change quickly, and we are looking for the future of football, and I'm looking for the future of football. how we can manage the future, because football is going to change, and it will change. The methodology, the style of play, how you have to defend, how you have to attack. And so I'm sure that it is going to change. We have to be ready when it's changed.
And is that easy to do or difficult to do for you?
No, it's not difficult because you have passion. And I like football. I like to watch the game. I like to have more knowledge. And as I said, we are looking for the future. We don't want to stay I don't want to stay what the knowledge that I have. I want to improve my knowledge.
Yeah, and just last of all for me, there's been a lot of talk in football and obviously in society about diversity in organisations and in football clubs. I think there's only now 5 black managers or ethnic minority managers in English professional football. Do you feel that's a problem? And how is that problem? How do you fix that problem?
But I think that the program that the Premier League have put in place for the minority ethnic is a good step to start in the right direction, and of course give to the minority ethnic the opportunity to stay in football, because I think it's fair, it's right that football is open, has to be open for everyone.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
If we go to Phil from the Press Association, please.
Hi there, Carlo. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi there. I was just going to ask about John Joe Kenny. Obviously, he's been out on loan at Schalke, but is he a part of your plans for next season? You've been keeping a close eye on how he's been getting on, and could he come into the squad for the team for next season?
Of course, we have a look of him. We watch a lot of games. To be part of the plan for the future, we have to finish the season, and then after that to take a decision.
Could I also just ask, you've been through some of the other injuries, but Gbamin, how's he been getting on? Is there any chance that we might see him at all before the end of the season?
I think he's doing well. He's having a proper recovery in this period. He doesn't have problem, and so I think that for next season, when the next season starts, I think he will be ready.
Okay, thank you.
If we go to James from Radio Merseyside, please.
Can I ask, please?
Hello?
James, you're on mute there at the minute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Modern technology at its best. Good afternoon, Carlo. Can I ask, please, about Niels Nkunku, the French signing you've made? Is he one initially for the academy, and what has attracted you to him?
Oh, I think that Nkunku is a young talent, a left back with a lot of skills, a lot of quality, powerful player. Of course, he's really young. He has to improve, and I think that the plan that we have for him is to work with him and to give him time to be ready for the first team.
Ultimately, is the ambition to make him available for the first team?
Oh, of course, we are sure signing him that he will be ready for the first team. I don't know how long it takes because he's really young, but we are working on him, and I think soon he will be ready for the first team.
If Tom Davies plays on Monday, he will have clocked up 100 Premier League games. He's only 22, and that would make him the second youngest Everton player ever to reach 100. What's your advice to Tom if he's to fulfill his potential?
Well, Tom, it seems not 22 years old. It seems like he plays with more experience, a lot of more experience. I like him because he's really humble guy, really professional, really serious. He loves his club. He's an Evertonian, and so he is an important part of our team, and he will be an important part for the future.
And just a last question, please, on Andre Gomez. He's played all 3 games since lockdown now, which is a testament to his fitness given what happened earlier in the season. Do you have to manage his load differently given that concern?
But I think now, until now, these 3 games, he didn't have problem because the physical data were really good. Also, above all, the last game, the physical data improved. But of course, for a player that was out for a long time, we have to check. We have to check him how he recovers from the game. But until now, we didn't have problem.
Thank you.